Hi guys, Trev here. This is the first of the lockdown singing lessons, and normally when I teach singing there is quite a bit of kind of breathing and sort of being in your body sort of exercises, and then obviously we'll sing songs and I'll give tips and feedback about the songs. Sometimes I play and the other person sings. Sometimes if they play an instrument they might play guitar or piano and sing at the same time. There are various different ways singing kind of can work. For this sort of introductory sort of lesson, I just want to try and focus on breathing and technique. So even if you're more advanced in your singing, it's really good to do the breathing and the technique bits. So I encourage all of my singing students, or if you're an old student coming back to look for some ideas now, it's sort of a bit of a different country at the moment, then yeah, do see if you can remember what we've done before, or have a go if you're new to it. So first of all, I just want to do some sort of breathing exercises. So if you sit or stand, actually standing's better. I'm going to sit because I'm going to be playing the piano, but if you stand or sit, it's fine. And try and breathe. Try and breathe deeper. So when we talk, we just use sort of like the top part of our lungs, and we really want to get sort of the lower part working and start to sort of engage the diaphragm. Maybe we can do some sighing. So if you breathe in and sigh. So you can be as loud as you like. I obviously can't hear you, but as loud as you like. Okay, so some good sighing. Okay, what we build on next is hissing and yawning. So I just want to just show you this technique, which is basically where we just have a comfortable in-breath and then hiss all of your air out. So you're looking to kind of empty your lungs and then sort of push that last bit of air out. And then after we're completely exhaled, we're looking to yawn to get all the air back in. And if it's a real yawn, even better, because it means that you've really done the job well. So we're going to hiss it all out and then yawn it back in. Okay, so get ready. It might take you longer or shorter than me, but when you're completely exhaled, then yawn. Okay, so and if you're still exhaling, keep going until you're completely empty, and then yawn like I did with a really wide mouth. Sometimes I use my fingers just to make sure my jaw's wide, because if I can't see what I'm doing, it's good to know that my mouth is really wide, because that's the shape we want for singing. Okay, don't do that multiple times in a row, but if you've just sort of relaxed, in fact, maybe let's do a little bit of our shoulders. It's all very much about being sort of in your body singing. Okay, so the more shoulders the other way. Okay, so if we do the hissing and yawning again, now you've seen what it is. Okay, and get ready and hiss. Keep going till you're completely empty. And relax. Okay, well done. Okay, so you can practice that a little bit before you ever sing. Sorry, before you start singing, and before each session. You can also practice it just as a relaxation sort of exercise, sort of getting you into sort of deeper breathing. Okay, and I just want to do a little bit of sort of scales, a few kind of warm-ups. Actually, let's do one with your lips. If you could just... So try and get your lips sort of working a little bit. My lips are quite dry at the moment. But if you can, sort of what you're looking for is just loosening your lips. Okay. And seeing if you can make a buzzy up and down noise. And maybe you could just try stretching your mouth a little bit. Okay. And this could also work with releasing sort of tension. So if you've got tension in your shoulders, just try shaking your hands. Singing is a little bit silly, so I don't know how it's going to come across on a video, but it's a really important way to just be in your body, to be present. And singing is a very kind of personal kind of instrument. It's an instrument which is inside you, so being more present in your body is what's needed. But anyway, I'll do a couple of scales just as this introduction lesson, and basically we're going to try and use different vowel shapes, and we're going to see if we can try and keep our mouth sort of wide all the time. And as you're all going to have different ranges, I'm just going to sort of do a couple of sort of medium and possibly a bit higher sort of range pitches. So if we sing to bar, so we're going to go bar. Okay, and one more thing before we start, and this takes a lot of time, but students need to think when you're going to a higher note, you kind of try and think of a falling sensation. So we need this opening up, not like go to the top of the hill. We want the like you're falling up the hill, which is a very strange concept and it takes a while, but just to introduce you to that. But anyway, so there's our pitch, and we're singing to bar, bar. And that was up to G, and actually I kind of stretched a little bit more than I would like. I would have fallen better because I'm not as warmed up as I might be. So should we do the G one again? A little bit better. So you can kind of hear, hopefully, your voice warming up when you do scales. So it's a very important thing to do warm up before you just go straight into songs. It's not about just going straight into singing songs. It's about sort of preparing your instrument and getting used to it. Okay, let's do another word. So if we do this time to no, no, no. Let's try. This time we're not going to do the whole arpeggio. We're going to do up 5 steps and down 5 steps, and we're going to do it to the word book. So it's going to book. So can we just try that? Book. One chord. I want to do for this first lesson just one complete video. I know later on I might do sort of chopping and changing and sort of close-ups of various things. I kind of like the idea. It's a bit more personal of just giving a complete video, if you like, a complete take. So if I make mistakes, that's what I would do in the real world. So let's do one more, and let's try to yes. Okay, so yes, And words like yes and sing, yes tends to take your mouth that way. So you're kind of you're combating it a bit by trying to pull your mouth that way. Yes, yeah. So we don't want that sound. Doesn't make a good yeah, yes. Hopefully you can hear a bit, but the idea of the open mouth shape and the open sort of lungs and sort of lowering of your larynx and helps a better sound come out. So we'll try to the word yes, and we'll do our 5 steps again. Okay, so some arpeggios and some little scales and some sort of breathing techniques, some hissing and yawning, and the idea of falling onto the higher note. Okay, so if you have songs, I might do some lessons. It might tie in with guitar lessons as well. So I might do some song and guitar sort of lessons that you can sing along to. Generally, when I'm playing songs, I'll tend to play on guitar, not always, but sometimes. And also, I'm setting up Zoom lessons. So the idea of this is you've got some sort of YouTube things which you can watch and practice with over and over at home, and the Zoom lessons are sort of one-to-one, so we have an interaction. Both are good for different reasons, actually. So I hope you found this lesson useful, and I'll put some notes in the kind of comments box, and do write me any comments, and see you soon.